So let's start. I don't like to go way deep back into my life. We're not going to go to childhood just yet, okay? We're going to start kind of in the middle, kind of where my name was given to me. Now, I had a story the other day. I'm an Uber driver. So I had picked up a passenger, and I think his name was Nova or Novu or something like that. Okay. And when I picked him up, I just love the name because I go by Divine, and I spell mine differently from a lot of people for another reason, for reasons that I know and I will discuss later. But anyways, so the passenger who I picked up had this name, and I asked him, I was like, your name is very interesting. I was like, how did you get it? And he was like, I hate to say it, but he was like, it was given to me. He was like, I literally heard it one day and in my head, and I kind of just went with it because it was calling to me, like it was my name. I was like, you know what? I can relate because that's how I was given Divine. I was in a room and I was in a very bad mental state. I was in a room, I was doing unruly things, and I was being pushed at the time. There was a woman who kept on calling me, telling me that my boyfriend was sleeping with her, and they were gonna have a kid together. And like I was in a very depressed stage. Like I was like very angry, irritated. A lot of emotions were running through my head at this time. So every time that I've been in bad situations, I've always prayed to God. I've prayed, I've reached out, I've done whatever I could to contact my creator because I was like, I just don't understand why everything is going this way. So as I'm in the tub and I'm praying, there's steam going everywhere. I'm very, I'm trying to get in the right headspace. And as soon as I say amen and, that was it, something revived me. I don't know what came of my body, but it was like I was sitting there and like I could feel something come out of me. I don't know what it was. I don't know the feeling. It was a tingling sensation all over my body, and it's hard to explain. And it was like I repented my sins or something. Like I repented at that time. But after I was done and I stepped out of the tub, all I heard in my head was divine, 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 divine. And then I got a phone call from, I think, the girl who was calling me and telling me that she was sleeping with my boyfriend and all this other stuff. And it was crazy because she was like, oh my gosh, there's helicopters everywhere. The news channel, turn it on. They're searching for him. I think they're looking for our dude and whoop whoop and stuff like that. But I was so nonchalant after it happened that like I literally was like, okay, that's your boyfriend. Figure it out. So, like, all the tears, all the sorrow, all the pain just went away. It was just gone. Weird story. So, I understood whenever I literally talked to this guy in my car. I was like, that is amazing. Now, his name, I looked up, and it was called God's Weapon. It was called, the name that he had told me, it was either I think it was Nuva, something like that, but it was called God's Weapon. And I thought that was very meaningful because I was like, not only are spirits shining through our bodies right now, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, and people are not, waking up to the fact of you're being called to do something. So in these stories that I would like to share, I would like the people who understand their purpose or who don't understand their purpose to try to channel the energy that I'm trying to give out. I have a lot of good, positive vibes that I like to throw through my stories. And when it comes to my name, I'm not very picky, like whenever it comes down to people and saying, oh well, everybody is divine and everybody has, you're very true. There is a lot of people out here that have callings and that possess the spirit of good energy and God like summoning. Like there's, it's not about being on here and saying, oh well, I'm better than you, or that's not what this is about. My stories and the stuff that I'm going to explain, I would like some people to take off of it what they can. I would like whoever it touches, if it touches one person, if it touches multiple people, whatever the reason is I've been sitting in my house and the guardians and everybody are calling to me and saying, hey, somebody needs to hear your stories, whatever it is. So if that person is you, stick around, because I've got a lot that could guide you into the direction that you're trying to go. The reason I talk about paths and the pathways is because just because when you're younger and you have a past life does not mean that it's not going to catch up to you eventually. Does not mean that you're not going to have to go through hell and back in order to become a better person. There's a lot of people out here that are discouraged because of some things that they have held over their head. And there's no reason to be, because life is to be lived. Whatever you did, whoever you are, and whatever your purpose is in life, it was meant to happen. You can't be judged or overlooked, or nobody can put you down. There's a lot of people who would try, but the thing about it is those times that you felt your weakest were supposed to bring a lot out of you. They were supposed to bring stuff out of you that possessed who you were as a person. So again, the stories that I went through, I don't regret too much of any of them. There's going to be some people on here who say, oh, well, she was this and she was, that's cool. I'm not offended at all. It is what it is. And there are people out here who have different lifestyles. I was one of those. Say that to say this. Everyone has a purpose. And there's a lot of people being called to do stuff at this point in time. So instead of ignore it, try analyzing what it is. It could come through your dreams. It could come to you in any form, shape, or fashion. I'm kind of a good person to talk to whenever it comes down to seeing how to find that purpose. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story, and it's going to be one of many. Again, I'm an Uber driver, so I get a lot of stories. Not only I have Uber, but I've been to DoorDash. Everywhere I go is a story. Every time I go outside, I see something, and it's called upon me to do this. So enjoy, because again, this is my life. I love doing it. I love doing stuff and helping people and seeing the vision. Everybody has a vision. Nobody is subjected to not seeing stuff. There could be stuff that's in front of you that's distracting you, but at the end of the day, there are people who are here to guide you. I'm here. Go ahead and feel free to contact, like, comment, share, follow, tell your friends, family. I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. And this is it.